I could see certain situations that it might be helpful.
Now I was thinking about it.
I think maybe a staple gun probably more useful than a rivet gun.
Look, this is when he's traveling. All that stuff's back at base camp, okay?
Fair enough.
Next up, I think you would need flint and tinder, something to start fires with easily, so you don't have to sit there for like half an hour to an hour. Because I've tried to light fires with the bow and the stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
it is a pain in the ass, and I just definitely want to go and just light a little ball of tinder up.
Yeah,
Right.
because lighters and stuff.
I
will be
mean,
gone.
yeah, you're eventually gonna run out of fluid and everything.
Right.
Now, what about like like magnesium or something? Magnesium is actually a good fire starter.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, whatever you got, whatever's best for you.
And the best fire starter that I have ever used in my entire life is you take a toilet paper tube, okay?
Right.
You fill it up with sawdust, and then you dump wax in it, hot wax,
Okay.
and then you let it, solidify, and then you just cut it up like almost like a sausage or something, and then you could just throw a little thing on there, light it up. The sawdust catches on fire along with the cardboard from the tube, and the wax just keeps it going, keeps it all there.
There you go, survival tip from Guy himself.
That's right. We did that a
Guy
lot
Grillis.
back in the day.
Guy Grillis. Alright, my next thing would be like, this isn't something that you would have to carry around all the time, but if you haven't found your permanent base, you're probably going to want some kind of tent or some kind of covering. You could I guess have like just use whatever's available to you.
Right. Well, I mean, you already got the poncho and everything, so you can
Well, I mean,
technically
yeah, you
use
can
that
basically
as like a
use it.
tarp.
Right.
I was thinking more or less like a tarp, instead of a
Right.
tent, way less.
You still got the wind and stuff, though.
Well, I mean, that's the
Well, you're
purpose of
just
the
gonna
tarp.
have to. If you have a sleeping bag, for example, I mean, you can survive through some wind and stuff like that.
It also depends on
Yeah,
the weather, the time of year.
Yeah, where would you be located? Where would you rather go? Would you go?
that kind of has something similar to
We'll get into that.
something similar to my next one, which is clothing appropriate for your climate. So I guess your clothing and your sleep, however you want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You just want something appropriate for your climate. You don't want to just go. If you live out in the desert, I'm pretty sure you don't want to be running around with like a freaking
Chainmail.
jacket. Well, that's true. Chainmail. Well, chainmail. All right. So I'm starting to rethink my chainmail thing. I thought it was like a good idea at first.
We swayed them.
I'll have to rethink my armor.
I mean, realistically, different stuff is going to work in different,
situations.
climates.
Right.
We'll just say different situations, so on and so forth, whatnot. Like, even my leather wouldn't
Yeah,
work
that's
in
true.
a desert because it's
That's
not
true.
breathable.
Yeah.
You
All right. And then I want to say, next thing I would do would be a basic toolkit. You want like you want maybe like screwdrivers, maybe a hammer, some pliers, maybe just some basic stuff. Just in case. I mean, you're gonna find it helpful at some point. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
You got any other tools that you think?
I mean, you said screwdrivers, hammer, pliers. I mean, I'm not gonna be lugging around a bunch of fucking
No.
sockets and shit.
Why don't you just have a Swiss Army knife? Because they got Phillips head on there and everything.
I mean, I could see that being like in a
Have you
pinch.
ever tried to use one of them Swiss Army knife screwdrivers?
I think maybe
would
like
you rather do that?
I think
or
maybe
carry
like
around
a
hammers
Gerber
and
or a
stuff?
Leatherman would probably be better than that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not a hammer. But I mean, you could use a rock as a hammer or something, just like a pipe. or
Because
something.
you're only going to use it probably sporadically.
That's true. But I mean, like, I guess you could pretty much use anything as a pry bar also.
Yeah, anything to give you leverage on something.
Right.
But also at the same point in time, when it comes to like tools and everything, I mean,
And also, if you have a vehicle with you, you can carry way more stuff. And if you have, you're going to need specific tools to fix specific.
but you're
things.
also going to need gasoline.
That's true. Yeah, finding
Or fuel
gasoline is
of
definitely
some
going to need issue of some kind.
Yeah. At some point in time, there's no more gas. You know?
Right.
Horses.
So maybe just at the beginning, when you do have a vehicle of some kind, you probably toolkit.
You see Ken coming up and chainmail on a fucking horse.
Well, no.
Good day, sir.
No. Because you see him get out of the car and his fucking chainmail shit. Hang on, I'll be with you in a minute.
Well, I mean, even if you have a horse, right? If you have a saddlebag with horses, you're going to be able to carry a lot
Right.
more
Carry a
too.
lot more. Yeah.
That's what's gonna. If you run out of gasoline, that's your next option.
Right. And you'll have to be able to feed the horse and give it water.
Yep.
You're going to have to carry more water and more food.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Some sort of canteen.
Right. Yeah, definitely some way to hold your water. Definitely important. What else I got next? Next, we're going to move on to like a primary base of operations. So where would what would be your personal primary base of options? So like a permanent.
Like where and what
Where? Yeah. Where? What kind of type of area?
and what type of base.
Right.
Well, realistically, it would depend on where you are, where this,
That's why
when
it's-
this all goes down. I mean, ideally, you could make an argument that an island would be better, or you can make an argument that a mountain would be better, or you can make an argument that
Underground.
underground, in a cave is kind of what I was thinking.
That's my pick.
But at the same point in time, that cave would have to have a secure entry point.
I would have to say that it would have to have
I
a
wouldn't
secure
say
escape
cave.
point as well.
Yeah.
I was
And
thinking
most caves
like,
don't.
Yeah, most caves don't. You're
Underground
boxed
bunker
in.
type of deal, not necessarily a cave.
All right. So
Like the
you're
shipping
gonna
containers that.
build an underground bunker.
Well, if we're picking what.
Right. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And then
So
have
as soon as
two
it starts, as soon as this shit happens, zombie apocalypse, you're gonna start digging a hole for a shipping container.
I mean,
You would already have.
I would already have it if I have my own.
Well, do you have one right now? That's
No.
what we're talking about. If it happens like right
Oh,
now.
like right now? Well, then we're all fucked because we got to find somewhere to live.
Yeah, at the same point in time, you know.
I,
You
We're
have
not going to have a chainmail, so.
That's true. To be honest, I think, I mean, even right here would be. By the way, we don't live like in a fucking town. We live more out. This is I don't live.
It's
here.
rural
Yeah, it's
area.
a more rural area, and I pretty much think that's the best type of area that you want to be. Obviously, you don't have all the supplies that you need right
But you'll
here,
have time to prep
but you're
in
yeah.
these areas.
But personally, I would like to be out in the mountains, valley type area, somewhere where there's a river or something where you can fish and you can get food more easily. But in a pinch, to start out with and do your planning, I think right here, right now is probably a decent.
So zombie apocalypse happens. You're
Right.
coming to my house.
Right here, start
You're
out.
coming to my house.
Yep, we're starting right here.
Right here.
Right here. Fair enough. I would think long term. I could see an island being a good option.
Right.
You know, fish. You can fish all day long.
Yeah.
You know.
The right island.
So I mean, there you go. There's food covered.
Right.
There's
Now
zombies.
you would have to figure out the fresh water and everything.
Yeah.
That
fresh water is
that
definitely-
Unless there's one
would be the
on the
problem. I mean, you would have to rely on like rainwater, and so on and so forth.
Right.
This is like an ocean type island.
Fiji.
You're gonna have to collect. You're gonna have to definitely have a way to collect rainwater.
Right. I mean, there's, like I said, there's advantages and disadvantages to
I think you're
anywhere
gonna
and
need
everywhere.
more dietary needs. You're gonna definitely need some kind of fruit or something for vitamin C because you don't really
Bananas.
get a lot of that. What's that?
Coconuts.
Bananas and fruits. Yeah. You're gonna have to get lucky. Hope your island has that
I
stuff.
was
on
gonna
it.
say, yeah, the island's gonna have to be really, really good. You get
Well-
over there and just be.
Also, on top of that, I don't really like coconuts, even though I probably would in the event of a zombie apocalypse. Have to learn to like them.
We're definitely gonna have to change what we like and what we don't like.
Very true.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to change, but we're going to be forced to eat.
Rats.
Right.
Yeah.
Survival kind of deal.
Where would you put your?
I would say up towards the Canadian border,
You're thinking
towards
Canadian
like
border?
Washington State.
Is there really a reason for that?
Well, there's a lot of woods there.
Okay, so you're saying out in the middle of the woods. Or
Out in the
something.
middle of the woods in a bunker.
In a bunker. Okay.
In his shipping container, buried underground.
Yep.
I mean, that's what he's got.
Anyway,
I think he could survive it. Not defense wise, but I would like to